Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to walk you through a website that I love. I really enjoy using this website when it comes to picking a color palette for a logo or a new brand that I would be working on for a client. So this website is called Coolors.co, not colors, but Coolors. So this is going to be easy for you to remember and come back often. This website is so helpful when it comes to generate a unique palette for your next project. So let's get started. First, we are going to go to start the generator. Now, you don't even have to have an account. You can directly start using it without even signing in. Now, there is a pro account or a free version. We are going to try out the free version. So all you have to do is press the space bar and it will generate a random color palette for you. We see that it is showcasing 5 different colors, but we can actually press on this X button and just start with 3 to start. Now, we can't really get rid of these distracting ads, but this is free, so we're just gonna keep it and work with it. So just press on the space bar and it will generate a color palette for you. Now, what we can do is, let's say we come up with a color palette that we like. Let me see, I'm a little picky here, but I'm gonna stop whenever I find a color palette that I like and that we can work with. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. I like this color palette. What you could do, let's say you like these 2 colors, but you're not a fan of the 3rd color that it picked for us. What we can do is lock it, and we can also move it around. And then we can keep pressing the spacebar until we find a color that we like. So it's going to generate a color that actually works with the colors that are on screen. And it's not going to just give us a random red, blue, or yellow color. It actually uses all the formula that make a good color combination. Let's say I pick this one and then I want to add another color. All I have to do is press this plus sign. I can work with different shades. I'm going to go and press on the view shades and it's going to show me the different shades. Let me press on this one because there's not going to be anything in our way, as you can see. And it also shows the hex code for each number. So if I want to go a tad darker, and we can go a tad lighter for this one. So something like that. The other options that we have is this one, which is the check contrast. What it's going to actually show me is that when I have black text, it's giving me a check mark, which means this is good to go for legibility. Or if we have a white text, it might not be the best solution. So it has an X for us. Now, if you had the pro account, it's going to give me more features. So it's going to show me all the colors together with the black text or the white text. They have an awesome 2-month free trial if you want to try that, but we're just going to work with the free trial for now. I just wanted to show you what is available. So if you like any of these colors, you can also save it. If you did sign up, then it will save the color for you somewhere and you can name it whatever you like. But you know what? I like the names that they come up with under each color. So that is something that is unique about this platform. Now, with the free version, you can go up to as many as 5 colors, so you can play around with that. But if you were to add any more, then you would have to go with a pro account. So you can easily copy the hex code by pressing on this button or just by copying the hex code like this and moving it to any other platform that you use, something like Canva or Photoshop. Here's how you can import them into Canva. All you would have to do is copy the hex code, go into Canva, and then inside here, you can pick any shape. So let's say I'm going to use a square. I'm gonna just move it over here. I am going to press on the color and I'm going to paste the hex code like that. So now I have the color here. So you can repeat this to all the other colors and you can use this color palette inside Canva. Another cool and handy feature that they have inside Coolors is create a color palette from a picture. So you can go ahead and pick a picture that you have maybe from nature, and you can select the color and then pick the exact color from the picture that you are inspired by. So I'm gonna just show you how this works, just like that. And you can go up to 10 colors. So something like that, and then press next, and then you have a few options of how you want to export. You can either open in the generator, which means it's going to open in this background, or you can choose to export. Let's say I do want to open in the generator. It's going to show all the colors for me, and it's going to actually show me the hex codes as well. So that's really handy. And then all I have to do is play around with the colors and see if this is something that I actually like or is going to work for my brand. Now, let's say I am very happy with this color palette. All I have to do is export. And it actually gives me a lot of options when it comes to exporting. So the options that I really like are PDF. I'm just gonna title this Sunset. I could decide to write a description, but that comes with the Pro feature. And I'm gonna go into Pages and check mark colors. And I'm gonna show you in a bit why I do that. Now, if you do have the Pro account, it's gonna give you a lot more features, but for now, we're just gonna showcase the free version. And I'm gonna go ahead and export. Once I open the PDF, this is what I see. So the first page is just going to give me the images like that with the hex code, but then the next one is actually very informative. It's going to give me all the colors with the hex code, the RGB, and the CMYK. So these are really handy when it comes to printing. Please remember that RGB is when colors are digital. So this is the colors that you see on your screen. And then the CMYK is the colors that you need when printing. Let me go back in here and show you the other ways that you can export. You can decide to export as an image. So I'm just going to call this Sunset as well. I'm just going to leave it at hex and export and see how that looks like. Okay, so when you export as an image, so this is the PNG file that it exported for me. So it has the colors, but you know what? We cannot select these hex code. So it's good to view, but it's not as informative as the PDF version that I showed you earlier. Now you can also choose to download as Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook, embedded code. This is great for your website. Some of them I don't even know what they are, but you can play around with that. I just feel like the PDF version on its own is actually incredible. Now there are a lot of other awesome tools when it comes to this website. So one of them is color blindness. This is really unique. It kind of shows you how these colors appear for a blind person. So that's really interesting. Another one is the adjustment palette. So you can play around with the different hues, the saturations, and the brightness. So you can really get deep when it comes to your color palette. Now, if you move to these three lines over here, you can press on Explore and look at all the inspiring color palette that are already there. And you can see how popular they are just by how many times they were saved. So this is a great option as well to come here for inspiration. Please subscribe if you found this video helpful. I'll be coming up with a bunch of new video tutorials that will help any graphic designer or somebody who is trying to learn more design tips and tricks. I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial on using this website, Coolors, to come up with a color palette for your next branding project. And I'll see you in a next YouTube video very soon.